Alberta's past is steeped in scientific and technological innovation. In 1929, after years of intense research, Dr. Carl Clark patented a hot water extraction process to free oil from the oil sands. A pilot plant near Fort McMurray soon followed, and the commercialization of our vast oil sands was underway. Today, up to half of Canada's crude oil is produced here, with thanks to Dr. Carl Clark. The byproducts of extracting oil from the oil sands can be harmful to the environment. Left alone, it could take centuries to turn the waste water, sand and clay into useful soil. Now, by using new solutions, Alberta innovators are working toward rapid reclamation, capable of supporting wildlife in less than 20 years.
What innovation will you create? Science is cool. Be a part of it. Innovation 2005 is made possible by these sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
Alberta innovations are helping people around the world. Dr. Robert Burrell developed the world's first medical use of nanotechnology, a wound dressing containing billions of tiny silver particles that kills bacteria and speeds healing.
There's a tremendous amount more to learn about this technology. I think we're uncovering a new class of drugs.
Innovative solutions to international problems are made in Alberta.
For a lot of reasons, Alberta is the greatest place in the world to live. But one of them is their openness to innovation and commercialization of new technology.
Dr. Remmers is helping people sleep better by developing new treatments for sleep disorders. One of his inventions treats sleep apnea, a common condition that interrupts breathing during sleep. Another is his take-home sleep test to diagnose the disorder.
Albertans have done amazing things with science. You can too. Innovation 2005 is made possible by these sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
In my mind, one of the world's great problems these days is the lack of home lighting in the developing world.
Professional engineer Dr. Irvin Halliday adapted white LED technology to provide safe, low-cost lighting for the third world. These lamps reduce the need for kerosene and will light an entire village using less energy than a 100-watt bulb.
This wee light, it's a kind of a gift from God as far as the developing world is concerned.
Innovative solutions to international issues are born in Alberta.
The tests that we have developed are going to enable water providers to prevent these infectious agents entering the water supply.
Dr. Milosevic's breakthrough instantly confirms if water treatment is effectively killing parasites. Since donating his technology to humanity, it's been freely applied far and wide to ensure safe drinking water.
Alberta innovations are helping people everywhere. You can help too. Innovation 2005 is made possible by these sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
Well, about 15 years ago, Dave Martin and I started SMART, and we were little more than a concept. We had big dreams.
Launched in Alberta in 1991, SMART technology is gradually replacing the whiteboard in schools and boardrooms. With a simple touch, the SMART combines the simplicity of a whiteboard with the power of a computer, allowing large groups to interact like never before.
There's an outside ratification that what we have done here in Alberta matters.
Innovations that help us live and learn are made in Alberta.
We see that there's so much more opportunity for this technology, and it's so neat to be here in Alberta.
Dynastream Innovations partnered with Nike 5 years ago. Their tiny shoelace sensor monitors speed and distance, giving runners real-time data about their performance. Future applications are limitless. If it moves, Dynastream aims to measure it.
Science is cool. Get into it. Innovation 2005 is made possible by our sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
Among our most celebrated innovators, Charles Noble answered the call of farmers in the harsh early days of Alberta agriculture. He invented the Noble Blade, one of the most significant agricultural inventions of the past century. His ingenious cultivator was pulled underground. It sliced the roots off weeds without disturbing ground cover and preserved soil moisture. Alberta innovations for weed control, then and now.
I would like to see farmers adopt a more integrated approach to crop management and not depend exclusively on the pesticides, for example.
Dr. John O'Donovan has given farmers healthy alternatives for weed control, with computerized models to advise when and how much herbicide is really necessary. O'Donovan's breakthrough science is saving farmers money and reducing chemical use.
Alberta science is good for our planet. Get into it. Innovation 2005 is made possible by our sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
A fan is one of the biggest points of failure on a PC, and we completely eliminated that point of failure.
Silent running and supremely powerful, Voodoo PC is an Alberta innovation that's rocked the global high-end computer market.
My goal was to create the world's fastest PC that I could use in my bedroom with my wife sleeping, in the same room. Big deal about having a fanless system is it can be used in multiple applications like medical imaging, things like that, where people are in large environments with multiple computer systems, and the noise is a huge distraction. Innovation is about finding a problem and solving it. I used science as a tool to improve what I was passionate about. We've been involved in every major magazine and we won every big award there is to win. And as a result, we've grown tremendously. Even if California calls, which they already have, we're not moving. We're staying right here.
Science is cool. Get into it. Innovation 2005 is made possible by our sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
While many people regard manure as smelly waste, research scientist Dr. Xiaomei Li sees a lucrative resource. This new high-tech conversion plant is transforming solid manure to valuable electricity, fertilizer, and water for irrigation. A scientific innovation that could evolve to convert many other kinds of waste into useful energy. Innovations that turn problems into opportunities are made in Alberta. Thanks to the persistence of Dr. Prem Karbanda, Alberta canola farmers have been saved from blackleg disease in their crops. Effective new fungicides, field test kits, and resistant new varieties of canola have stemmed from his discoveries. Every dollar invested in Dr. Karbanda's fight against blackleg disease has returned $58 in benefits to Alberta's agricultural industry.
Alberta science is good for our land and our economy. Innovation 2005 is made possible by our sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
20 years ago, the labor of felling trees was a dangerous and wasteful process. Then came invention of the rotosaw.
That was in the beginning of the 80s, yes. And the forest industry at that point needed innovation.
Reg Isley supplies forestry with mighty machines born of science. This machine delimbs trees in mere seconds. This one grabs logs, measures them, and cuts them to optimal lengths.
We're a steel man in a wood industry. That's innovation.
Innovation is at work and alive in Alberta's north.
Silvicon brings innovation to the natural resource industries with timely and efficient movement of critical data from the field to our office, then distributed over the internet to our clients.
Data processing is critical to managing our forests, but the bush is no place for data analysts. This consultancy handles the data in the city, sending foresters the information they need to their PDAs.
Alberta science is good for our forest and our economy. Innovation 2005 is made possible by our sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
I look at islet transplantation as a better treatment for the diabetic patient, a better treatment that will prevent the complications from occurring.
Alberta's own Dr. Ray Rajat pioneered the transplantation of insulin-producing islet cells from a donor pancreas to diabetics to free them of daily injections.
It had to work because it works so well in animals.
In 2000, his team transplanted islet cells from a donor pancreas to several diabetics, and all began producing their own insulin.
And then that became known as the Edmonton Protocol. 100% of the patients were able to stop their insulin therapy. It has set the standard worldwide for islet transplantation.
For diabetics, this innovation provides hope for a better, longer life. But donor organs are rare. A bigger source of islet cells is needed.
As an alternate source, what we call xenografts or pig islets will be possible to the clinic first, and we'll definitely be able to offer this therapy to many, many more diabetics.
Science is cool. Get into it. Innovation 2005 is made possible by our sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
In 1918, professional geologist Ted Link led a hazardous exploration of the far north, discovering oil along the Mackenzie River. The landscape was perilous, so Link pioneered the innovative use of aerial photography to assist geological surveys. Later on, he reasoned with naysayers. There must be oil in central Alberta. Many drill sites came up dry. but Link persevered. Then in 47, Leduc No. 1 stole the headlines. One geologist sent to monitor the discovery was Helen Bellier, a former schoolteacher and Navy lieutenant. Bellier studied the history of the ground beneath us, subsurface stratigraphy, helping oilmen determine where and how deep resources were hiding. Bellier would lead excursions by horseback for days on end, the only female geologist allowed to work in the field until 1970.
Science is shaping Alberta's future. Get into it. Innovation 2005 is made possible by our sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
$35,000 commuters use Calgary's Centre Street Bridge every day. Inconceivable when built 90 years ago. But this bridge was built for the future. Engineers John Green and George Craig made it so. Using new concepts in steel-reinforced concrete meant plenty of labor. The bridge inadvertently became Alberta's first big social relief program, creating jobs in the midst of a depression that plagued the West. The Brooks Aqueduct also stretched the limits of imagination to convey water across this valley. Under engineer Hugh Muckleston, this superstructure was crafted without the benefit of heavy equipment. The flume spans 3 kilometers and measures just 5 inches thick. Perched high in the air, it shot water across the valley at a rate of 600 cubic feet per second. A remarkable innovation for its day.
Science is shaping Alberta's future. Get into it. Innovation 2005 is made possible by our sponsors in partnership with Global Television.
Boomtown Calgary, 1911. Demand for electricity was insatiable. Innovative engineers stepped in, merging science with nature. Generators would transform water power to electric power. 2 hydro plants were built, called run-of-the-river plants. These rivers drove generators by simply rushing through them. But rivers run slow in winter. A constant force was needed. Ghost Dam, 1929. This massive water reserve doubled the electric supply to Calgary, fueled by the engineering innovations of G.A. Garrity, Howard McLean, and Jack Sexton. Another dam was built on Upper Kananaskis Lake to stabilize water power for a string of plants downstream. Once again, engineers made it happen, notably Harold Webb. Webb's faith in clean energy is still appreciated. This winter, hydro plants will boost the grid during peak periods.
Science is shaping Alberta's future. Get into it. Innovation 2005 is made possible by our sponsors in partnership with Global Television.